Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm bringing you my in-depth review of the new Milk Makeup Flex Foundation Stick. As you may have seen last week, I posted a this or that battle between the Bare Minerals Complexion Rescue Hydrating Foundation Stick and the Milk Makeup Flex Foundation Stick. After doing a dedicated wear test for 4 days, and each wear test being 10 plus hours, I can confidently say that I do not like this foundation and will not be recommending it. If you're new to my channel, I have normal leaning dry skin, and my skin concerns are dark circles, texture, fine lines, enlarged pores, and redness. Let's jump into day 1. On day 1, I didn't use any primer. My base was just skincare and sunscreen. I blended the foundation using the Real Techniques No. 200 brush. During my first application, I noticed that the stick was on the firmer side. It tugged on the skin and didn't glide smoothly. The formula upon application emphasized texture and pores. On day 2, I primed my skin using the Radiant Glow Face Oil from Derma that I usually use with the Bare Minerals foundation stick. From the beginning, I saw that the two products didn't mix well together. The foundation would not stick to my nose or around my nose. Using the same Real Techniques 200 brush from wear test day 1, I was not able to achieve the coverage or finish the same way that I had during that wear test. The foundation doesn't mix well with oil or oil-based primers. I don't believe it would wear well on oilier skin types based on the breakdown I saw between these two products. There was tons of transfer, foundation breakdown, and the foundation would lift up and leave behind bald patches if I touched my face. On day 3, I used the First Aid Beauty Hydrating Primer as my base, and I used my fingers to blend the foundation into my skin. This technique of all 3 that I tried showed the best results. The coverage was on the lighter side, but it was perfect for a no makeup day. It covered redness, was slightly blurring on my pores and texture, and really evened out my skin tone. I didn't need to go in with a brush or sponge to smooth it out. The foundation just seemed to melt right into my skin with no streaks or problems. There was still transfer, and the foundation never really set down, so you'll need to powder your face if you want to put any other kind of products on top of it. On day 4, I used the Kaja Blurring Primer as a base because it was the most similar to the Milk Hydro Grip Primer that I have. I used both the Beauty Blender and the Super Sponge to try to apply the foundation. Milk states that you can use a brush, sponge, or your fingers to blend out this foundation. If day 2 with the oil primer was a disaster, I don't even know what words to use to describe this. A worse disaster. The Super Sponge could not be used to drag and spread the foundation. Using the sponge side just soaked up all of the coverage. On the Beauty Blender side, I used the recommended amount of swipes to see what kind of coverage I would get, and all the Beauty Blender did was suck up the foundation. I gave up, I applied more foundation and blended it out with my fingers. The result is somewhat heavy, though only minimally cakey. The Milk Makeup Flex Foundation Stick is $36, comes in 36 shades, and you get 0.35 fluid ounces or 10 grams of product. I wear the shade Fair, which is the 4th lightest shade in the foundation lineup. This shade is a pretty good shade match for me. It's a medium coverage foundation with a natural finish suitable for all skin types. It claims to be cakeless and creaseless because of the marshmallow root extract and calming due to the blue lotus, chamomile, and lavender. I really wanted to like this foundation. I don't have anything quite like it in my collection, and I thought that this would be a really great addition. So I am so disappointed that almost none of the claims worked out for me. As it's being sold right now, with the claims being what they are, I would definitely pass on this foundation. If it was marketed closer to how I experienced the wear down over the last 4 days, like natural radiant, low medium coverage, best blended out with your fingers, suitable for normal and dry skin types, I would be more likely to recommend this foundation. But I found that almost all of the claims I had issues with. I don't think there's any way that it could apply medium based on just the 4 swipes that Milk recommends you using. That's definitely more on the sheer low coverage side. I also didn't think that it was easily built up, and the foundation lifts when you layer it. I do think that the foundation is creaseless, which is really the only redeeming quality that I can see in this foundation. I would be interested in trying other foundations that have the marshmallow root extract in them because I love the idea of having a non-cakey or a creaseless foundation. I did see some mild caking throughout the wear test. That may just be because the foundation didn't really play well with any of the primers that I tried pairing it with, and the buildup really only was around the sides of my nose. I felt like the foundation looked the best when I blended it in with my fingers. I also liked how it looked with the brush, but not as much. I also feel when I didn't wear a primer is one of the days that I had the best kind of wear day. I almost hate to say this next part. The finish is too radiant for me. Normally, I do like my skin to have a nice wet look to it, but the way that it looks right now, to me, doesn't look like it's wet. It looks like it's oily, like I need a napkin. Throughout all 4 days of the wear test, the foundation never really set down, and it needs to be powdered before you can blend anything on top of it. Despite layering powders on top of this foundation, I can still feel a tackiness, and it's quite uncomfortable through the day. I had to be very conscious of touching my face, or even when I was trying to hug or kiss Alex or Savannah, I was always worried that a portion of my foundation would just slide off and grab onto whatever they were wearing. My overall thoughts are, don't buy this foundation. There are much better foundations out there on the market right now. Let me know down below in the comments section, do you like this foundation? Have you tried it? What are your thoughts on it? Also, let me know, are there any other foundations or products that you'd like to see me test out on my channel? In case you missed it, hi, my name is Katie, and you can catch me most often on Instagram. Don't miss an upload. Subscribe and ring the bell so you'll be notified on Sundays and Wednesdays when I upload. Thank you for being here, and I'll catch you on Wednesday with a video featuring my updated thoughts on all of the products I featured on my channel in the month of September.